everyone! Welcome to Kids Church. I'm so excited that you could join us here this morning. This month, we'll be looking at a man in the Bible called Moses. Moses was a man that did so many amazing things for God. Today, we'll be learning about the 10 Commandments. This month's memory verse is Exodus chapter 3, verse 14. God said to Moses, I am who I am. Today, we're going to learn more about the Bible story. We'll make a craft together and we'll get to worship God. First of all, let's get up on our feet and worship God together.
Hi everybody, my name is David.
And I'm Johnny.
And we're really excited to be able to worship God with you this morning. And our first song we're going to sing is I'm in the Lord's Army. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly over the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly over the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. All right, great singing, everybody. And now for the second song, This Little Light of Mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. When I go to church, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, when I go to church, I'm gonna let it shine. When I go to church, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. All right, fantastic singing, everybody.
The 10 Commandments. 2 months after leaving Egypt, the Israelites came to Mount Sinai, the place where God had spoken to Moses twice before. They camped there quietly for 2 days. On the third morning, they were awakened by cracks of thunder and blinding bolts of lightning. The sound of trumpets echoed in the desert, and smoke covered Mount Sinai. What is it? The people cried, terrified. Moses, what is happening? God has come down from the heavens, Moses answered. Then the Lord called down to Moses, Come up on the mountain, Moses. I will give you the laws my people must obey. Moses picked up his walking stick. Stay here and watch over the people, he told his brother Aaron. Then he walked into the smoky cloud and disappeared. Moses stayed on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights, listening to the laws of God. All that time, the mountain trembled and flashed with the glory of God. The people in the desert below grew impatient. Moses has been gone for too long, they said to Aaron. Who knows if he's ever coming back? We need someone to lead us through the desert. We need a God that we can see. Aaron saw how angry the people were becoming, and he became afraid. Get me all your gold jewelry, he said, and bring it to me. The people took all their golden trinkets to Aaron, the bracelets, the necklaces, the rings, and the earrings. Aaron built a fire and melted the jewelry, and then he formed it into a small golden calf. The people shouted with joy. They put the calf on an altar and began to worship it, dancing around it and singing wildly. Soon after, Moses came down from the mountain. He was carrying 2 stone tablets written by the hand of God. These were the most important of God's commandments. When Moses saw what the people were doing, he dropped the tablets on the ground. Then he picked up each one and smashed it into 100 pieces, crying out in fury, "You have insulted the Lord. You don't deserve to receive his laws." He turned to his brother, "And you, Aaron, how could you allow this to happen?" Moses melted the golden calf and ground it into a powder. The next day, he told the people, "You have done a terrible thing. I will go back to the Lord and apologize on your behalf." God listened to Moses and said, "Tell the people to show they were ashamed of what they did. Then I will decide what to do with them." And so the people went into mourning and prayed that God would forgive them. God heard their prayers. He told Moses to cut 2 more stone tablets and bring them up to the top of Mount Sinai. Moses was there for another 40 days and 40 nights. Again, God wrote the laws on the tablets. Later, the people made a special chest called the Ark of the Covenant to hold the tablets. They carried the ark with them wherever they went. These are the 10 commandments of God. Number 1, God is number 1. Can you say that?
God is number 1.
The second commandment, worship only God. Can you say that?
Worship only God.
Number 3, use respect when you talk about God. Can you say that?
Use respect when you talk about God.
Number 4, church is special. Can you say that?
Church is special.
Number 5, treat your parents with love and respect. Can you say that?
Treat your parents with love and respect.
Number 6, don't hurt each other. Can you say that?
Don't hurt each other.
Number 7, moms and dads should love each other. Can you say that?
Mums and dads should love each other.
Number 8, do not steal. Can you say that?
Do not steal.
Number 9, always tell the truth. Can you say that?
Always tell the truth.
Number 10, be happy with what you have. Can you say that?
Be happy with what you have.
Those are the 10 commandments of God.
Hi kids! Today we are going to make this really cool 10 Commandments craft. As you can see, you can hang it somewhere in your room or on the fridge, and it's a great way to remember all the 10 Commandments that we can read in Exodus 20, chapter 1, verse 17. The materials you will need are the printout, some crayons or pens, some string or ribbon, a glue stick, and some safe scissors. The first thing you're going to do is take your pens or crayons and you're going to colour in the printout. The next part is to take your scissors, and you want to ask an adult to help you with this. You're going to cut the doors, but only on the black line, not on the dotted line. Once the doors are safely cut, you'll be able to open them like this. Next, you're going to take your glue stick and you can stick the back of the printout, and you're going to make sure that the glue is between the doors. So don't glue the doors, just all the lines in between the doors. So as you can see, I've made sure I've done all the edges and I can still open the door. Next, you're going to take it and put it on top of the other printout. Make sure it's securely on. And that you can open the doors. You may want to use your ribbon to tie it at the top of your paper so you can hang it somewhere nicely in your room. That's our craft for today. We hope you enjoy making it.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today. Now let's sing one last final song together, and that song is, you guessed it, the Sea of Galilee. So let's all stand and sing. There's a sea, there's a sea, there's a sea of Galilee. There's a sea, there's a sea, there's a sea of Galilee. There's a sea, there's a sea, there's a sea of Galilee. There's a boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's a boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's a boat, there's a boat. There's a boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are men, there are men. There are men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are hands in the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are hands in the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are hands, there are hands. There are hands in the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are nets in the hands in the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are nets, there are nets. There are nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are fish, there are fish. There are fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are many, many fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are many, many fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There are many, many fish, there are many, many fish, there are many, many fish in the nets in the hands of the men in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. Woohoo! Well done, everyone. Now I hope you all have a fantastic day, and thanks for joining us.